This video will demonstrate how to conduct a superpave gyratory compaction test. AASHTO T312, also known as the Superpave Gyratory Compaction Test, is a test created to determine the density of an asphalt concrete sample using a specific means of compaction. The asphalt concrete you want to test is heated in an oven, placed into a gyratory compaction mold, and then compacted in a gyratory compaction machine. This allows you to quickly determine the density of different asphalt concrete mixes. It can also be used to determine how changing different properties of the mix, such as aggregate size and binder content, affects the density of the compacted asphalt. Before we begin the test, we must preheat the asphalt sample to the required testing temperature. In this case, it is heated to approximately 150 degrees Celsius. The sample mold and base plate must also be heated to the same temperature in another oven. This prevents excessive heat from being pulled from the asphalt sample before compaction is completed. With all of the equipment and sample now preheated, remove them from the ovens and prepare the specimen. In case you were wondering, you should definitely be wearing hot mitts when handling anything in this lab. The temperature everything is tested at is more than enough to burn you. First, place a paper disc in the base of the mold to prevent the asphalt sticking to the bottom. Next, quickly transfer the loose asphalt mix from the tray it was heated on into the mold. We fill the mold with enough material to have a final sample thickness of 115 plus or minus 5 millimeters. Make sure the sample is approximately level within the mold. Place another paper disc on the top of the loose asphalt. The sample is now prepared and ready for compaction. This machine is a superpave gyratory compactor. The sample is placed into the middle of the machine. Make sure that the front of the mold is facing out. The technician will then input all the necessary data to run the test, including the number of gyrations. The compaction plunger will then depress into the sample and apply the compaction pressure. Next, the gyration angle is applied in the machine. This determines how much the sample tilts as it is compacted. The exterior guard is closed, and the compaction can begin. The sample will undergo however many gyrations are called for in the mix design, in this case 100. Notice how the mold itself does not actually rotate, the carriage that it sits on does. This is what causes the sample to gyrate, or move around in a repeated circular motion, and where the gyratory in gyratory compaction comes from. After the compaction is completed, remove the mold from the compaction chamber. Place it over the ejection plunger at the front of the machine. Lock it in place, then eject the now compacted asphalt sample from the mold. Remove the paper discs from the ends of the sample and measure its height to ensure it is between 110 and 120 millimeters tall. Allow it to cool off before conducting any further tests.